What's up, everybody? My name is Jack Main. Welcome back to the Get That Skate podcast. It's been a long time. I'm here with 3 special guests. We got 6 special guests in the room, but there's 3 at the table right now. To the left of me, the number 1 podcast co-host ever, because he's been on like 15, and people that live nearby have been on like 1. He just got back from a pretty crazy tour. He is the 2019 downhill skateboarding world champion, Mr. Harry Clark.
G'day. How's it going?
How are we?
Yeah, not bad.
Next to Harry, we got someone that is hails from the Blue Mountains, just moved to the Central Coast and lives in the household that this podcast is being recorded in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
He once came to the Central Coast years ago and didn't get let into Ronda's, the nightclub, and we were all inside laughing at him. And that is Mr. Lachie Ray. Welcome, Lachie.
Cheers, man.
Not your first podcast, is it?
That photo was so good, though.
Yeah.
You're just outside like that lost dog.
I put up all the head-to-heads, and it's just like actual people, and it's just me versus me outside the club. Awesome.
Second or third potty?
Second.
Second?
Yeah.
And all the way at the very end of the table is my younger brother, so the rest of the world thinks. Hailing from South Africa. He was in the movie Blood Diamond as an extra. I'm not even kidding. As a child, he was an extra in Blood Diamond. Mr. Milo Edwards.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Right, I just gave you a hell introduction.
Thank you.
Hello.
Leonardo DiCaprio's son.
Yeah. That's what they say. Like,
Somehow still single.
oh, don't get me started on the size of his hands. Anyway, so you just got back from Turkey. We'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
Lachie, you just moved to the coast. Milo, we've spent the last few months together. You still not sick of me?
No.
No. That's called brotherly love right there. We have no plan right now. So if you've jumped on to the YouTube to watch this and you're thinking, I'm so excited for a really good podcast, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. We got ideas for podcasts we'll hopefully do later or tomorrow or at some time.
After this, why not?
But we just thought we'd jump on and just start talking and see what the go is.
Bro, we haven't done a podcast since Europe.
No.
Since before Europe.
Well, in Europe, I did one podcast with Rocket. It's yet to go out.
Okay.
Gotta just iron some stuff out with that one.
Did you do one with Fibertech as well? Or at
No,
Fibertech?
I wish, man.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Fibertech factory?
I have, actually. Did you go, Milo?
Yeah.
Bro. It's crazy. Actually, I got to be an adult here and just talk for Milo for a second. But it's crazy how I thought the Fibertech factory was insane in terms of history.
Yeah.
But being from South Africa, it's crazy how much South African related things are in that factory in the the middle of Switzerland.
There's a bit of a connection
There's
there.
a connection.
Yeah.
And tell the story about the street decks.
All the Sonics decks from Board Hub, South Africa, they all pressed at the Fibertech factory. So all the street decks that I rode growing up, they're all from Fibertech in Switzerland.
Really? And did you know that?
No.
Really? So you just rocked up
He just
to
picks
in
a board
Zurich
up.
and you're like, oh, I know this.
He goes, dude, these were the boards I grew up skating. They're like these. Were they baboon boards or
Nah, Board Hub in
board up?
Waterfront.
Yeah.
Because you know any of the old OG Fibertech riders from South Africa?
I think Richard Dweza.
Richard Dweza. Do you know Matt Andre?
Yeah, from like Greener Pastures.
Yeah, that bloke. Like, is he?
Didn't know
Yeah,
him
my man
personally,
knows
but
his history.
Yeah?
Sort of know about him. Yeah.
True. Yeah, because I remember that's the first time I saw like a Fibertech board,
The Flying Pan.
the flying pan.
Yeah.
Was him riding that in Greener
Yeah.
Pastures. That's how
what
I got
people
put onto
thought.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, people wanted that thing.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I remember Rob Dog had him because Rob Dog used to ride for Fibertech as well. And
Yeah.
he passed him down to Mateo. So you see him around.
Shout out to Rob Dog.
Shout out McWinnie's.
The legend of Australian downhill just put in a get that order last night, so that'll
No
be on the
way.
way to you tomorrow,
Let's
bro.
go.
Big shout
Bro,
out to Rob Dog.
the Fibertech factory was insane. Shout out to Benji.
Yeah,
Shout out to
boy.
Benji, the boy.
My favorite little communist.
Oh man, we could just talk for hours on how good it is meeting new, really cool people. But Benji took us to the Fibertech factory and kind of let us run amok around the shop. Like, got to see all the presses, all old decks. There was like wheel and truck stock from like, you know, times ago, you know, how much times have changed in downhill. But there was like, I came up on a set of Volante checkers, bro.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I
Like
saw
what?
it. I was mad jealous, actually.
Shout out to Plumber. He was there with us. And yeah, Benji just said, yeah, so the board's down there, 20 euros. Like, oh, what? There was downhill boards, but there was mostly like, what were you seeing in that stack?
I didn't even look. I couldn't afford it.
Says the guy who was eating olives.
Smashed olives off the
Smashed
supermarket
olives.
floor.
Nah, Plumber and I and Isaac as well. How many times are we going to say shout out in this?
Lots.
The dessert, well
That's
deserved.
all we do, bro.
Shout out to Isaac, another South African. But we kind of dug through. It was very graveyardy, like Madrid vibes.
Yeah.
If you've been in the Madrid factory, there's a section of the workshop called the graveyard, and it's just like old boards or boards that were drilled or cut incorrectly or whatever. But Fibertech had this section, and there was these sick cruiser-shaped, like banana boards. Like it's like not rocker. Is it convex? Camber.
Yeah.
And I saw one, and I was like, how am I going to leave the Fibertech factory without like something to bring home and remember that day with? So we rode at the car park. What did it feel like for you at the car park?
It's fast.
Yeah.
Out of all the boards, it's tiny and weird and flexy.
But it goes.
Sick.
Is that the one you had at the
Goes
School of
quick.
Eventing the other day as well?
Yeah, so I don't know if I explained this to you. It's got a layer of carbon fiber on the bottom.
Yeah.
And Fibertech have always had really interesting layups, but carbon fiber on the bottom. I don't have a lot of carbon fiber boards, but like the first time riding it, each foot felt like a different level of flex.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot about boards and layups and like I don't know. I'm probably talking full smack right now, but it felt like to get the most flex that it has now, that it kind of needed to break in. But I don't know if that's the thing.
Yeah, look, I can't speak to that.
Yeah, maybe I'm tripping. You have a Fibertech in the garage?
Yeah.
Well, or a few, or just one?
Just one. It's not even mine. It's Aldo's.
Mm.
Got run over down Hawks.
Yeah, and you
then
kept it.
Well, I mean, he was just like, I think he'd lent me the rear base plate of his Scoas that were on it for Europe in like 2017.
Yeah.
And
I did that tour with them.
it's just never left. I asked him about it the other week. I was like, can I chop it up and turn it into something else? He was like, go for it. Send me a picky when you're done. Haven't done it yet. I don't know. Haven't yet.
Do you remember, Milo, what Benji was talking about, the future of the Fibertech factory and the shop and whatnot?
Opening up a little shop just up the road from where their factory is at the moment. Sort of a coffee shop type of thing going on.
Can turn into a coffee shop.
Skateboards on the
Yeah.
side and everything.
Coffee skate shop.
Busy
Sure.
little street.
Mm.
It'll go really good if they get that done.
Yeah.
Hopefully to see it soon.
Coffee shop, bro. I know a dude, one of my good mates, one of my best mates owns a coffee shop, eh? You know him?
Oh,
Shout
yeah,
out to
that
North
bloke.
Wharf.
That bloke, yeah.
How was
I was full good blank for a second there. Yeah, how is that going, bro?
Yeah, it's going.
He's
good.
running it this week.
you've been running it,
I was running it for the past couple of weeks. My parents went on holiday, so
Yeah.
I was left in charge.
and how was being in charge of a whole cafe?
Something that stoked me out going there is they roast their own coffee beans like on site, which I reckon is pretty, I don't know, you just don't see that.
Oh, it's the real deal, man.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
It's elite.
Yeah. Well, isn't it, Milo, that you were telling us that when you guys rocked up initially, that's what you wanted to do, just be like a roastery?
We were just going to roast coffee beans and supply them out to other cafes.
Yeah.
But we ended up opening our own, and
Yeah, you just like come across like the perfect place and just
Yeah.
it's like, we'll do both.
didn't go to plan, but it's worked out pretty good.
Yeah, man. No, I reckon it's a sick place. And if you haven't been, like, and you live in Sydney, definitely head up to the Nords Wharf Trading Post.
Food is great.
Dude, how's this?
Coffee is also great.
Try to get it up hella quick. I messaged Milo last night, 20 past
go.
11. Can you bring this tomorrow? Boboyeti and samosa. Oh my goodness, bro. Shout out to South Africa. The boboyeti is elite. Shout out Isaac again. Why not? Explain boboyeti.
It's the South African national dish.
So it's like an Aussie
Beef.
meat pie?
I see that.
No?
It's traditionally served on top of rice. It's like a sweet Malayan sort of curry,
Yeah.
but we put it in a pastry just to make it so it's easier to serve to people.
So
But
it fits in.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's good.
Hey, real quick, just shout out your people in South Africa. Drop some names real quick. We got nothing else to
Isaac.
talk about.
Blue Goodman, Yoshi, Baboon Boards,
Yeah.
Zamalek Media. They know who they are.
Yeah.
Um,
ZBB.
CBB,
Yeah.
all those boys. Not many people left.
A lot of the people you just named, your brother was originally skating with, yeah, before you.
Yeah, my
'Cause, like,
brother.
You're young.
Yeah, my brother skated back in 2012, 2013.
Your older brother.
Yeah,
True.
but not me.
Yeah.
I was.
Is that how you got into it?
Yeah, I was a little street skateboarder
Huh.
at all the skate parks.
You know he rides
Makes a
street.
lot more sense.
He rides street in
Yeah, I heard about this.
Goofy and downhill in regular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
that's how you got to do it.
True.
What?
Maybe that's why I'm so bad in the park, because I'm still trying to ride regular.
Yeah, you got to switch it
I
up.
just got to switch it up. I think the drop in Goofy and everything will be sweet.
I had a mate who was so bad at cricket he thought he was actually batting wrong hand. Switched to left handed one side. That reminds me of that. Shout out Dan.
So let's talk about what we did earlier tonight.
Oh, dude. Yeah, these boys paid to go get punched in the face.
Yeah,
So the cameraman behind the camera, no one can see. Hold on, I might try to put this in the video. We got Rusty. Give me a smile. Rusty's behind the camera. Rusty and I have been best mates for a hell long time now, and we grew up going to hardcore gigs. And it's been hard to convince, particularly Milo, I've spent the most time with, convince him to get into hardcore music, like punk hardcore. And one of my friends from the area who just started a new band was playing a show down the road, and we were like, it's literally like 10 minutes in the car, $10 to go see some bands. And we went, and his band was really sick. Shout out to Ben, who's never going to be watching this, but shout out to his band, Culture of Hate. But we stayed and watched another band that was just like it was like kind of like a mixed genre gig. I guess it's just like all heavy kind of bands from the area were playing a local show, which was really cool. But the next band was like metal, and not what we usually would go to shows like that.
How old do you reckon the
And-
lead singer was?
Oh, it was a dual. Like it was really cool. Like because they're young, they were kids, bro. But there was like the guitarist sung as well, like screaming into the mic, and he was so into it. But then their kind of frontman, for lack of a better word, was this young girl. She was probably 15 years old, man.
What?
Roaring into a mic, bro. It was sick, and she was nervous. You could tell she was nervous. But yeah, it's just it was different. Because I grew up going to hardcore shows and with Rusty and Jaden as well has been coming to a lot of shows in recent years, but it was just like it popped up Friday night, let's go, like but you
My
weren't here.
first time, and it was pretty rad to get screamed at and punched by random people.
You
Much
you
like-
said a really funny one-liner when we were there. What was it?
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat that on the podcast.
But yeah, Rusty got in the pit. Didn't you, Rusty?
I did.
got a bit of crowd surfing action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you got picked up and then dropped, lad. Yeah.
Sick thing was that I got knocked to the floor, and how kind everyone was.
Yeah.
Fucking some random dude just fucking handed G's,
Mm.
straight back on your feet, and then he punches you again. You're like, sweet. Can't punch you when you're down.
Dude, I've always tried to use hardcore in like the OG Get That videos and stuff, but over the years, hardcore in Australia has died down a lot, and there hasn't been many shows until recently. Like after COVID, this band that kind of formed during COVID, and if you listen to hardcore, check these guys out. But they're called Speed, and they just like after COVID have just like blown up. They've done like 2 world tours this year, like been to Asia and America a couple times each, like all through Europe now. And the best thing about them, and probably an aid to why they're so big, is they make these like tour documentaries for like each continent they go to, and they're so cool, and that they like there's a real like documentary vibe to them and talking to the camera. But he actually says it perfectly. It's like if you show someone a video of a hardcore show, or if you explain like people going in the mosh pit and everything, it's stupid. But when you're there, there's like an energy that kind of you like accept it, and you think, oh, it's like violence in there, but yeah, you get knocked to the floor and people pick you up and it's all sweet.
Yeah, it's like rowdy, but like I don't know, the sense of community, I guess,
Mm.
for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
It's like Everyone's there to help each other out and then punch each other out.
That's right. Just a reminder to talk right into here.
Yeah, I just think,
Milo always KBs in this room and just sits against the wall. It's like, pick it up.
yeah, I'm looking for a back.
Oh, we got a fourth person on the show.
Oh, yeah. Ray Mysterio.
Someone
Say
give him an
hello.
intro.
He hasn't said much.
I don't know
He's
much
quiet,
about
he's
wrestling,
shy.
But this is Ray
He just
Mysterio.
keeps looking at me funny.
Big boy.
I wish Lachie was here to give a proper WWE intro, but Rey Mysterio, World Heavyweight Champion, WrestleMania 24, 22, one of them.
Does he wear contacts?
Yeah, he
No,
wears
they're his real
contacts.
eyes, brother.
I should put the photo of Callum and him.
Yeah.
Callum's on the floor asleep, by the way. Rusty, point down there. Oh, no, he's here. Oh, hold up.
I thought that was just a life-size cutout of Callum.
I'm going to talk about my present of Haz.
Oh, true. This thing is so sick.
I don't want to talk too much about it, but Haz brought me a present recently, straight from the Madrid factory. If you're close with me, you'll know all about it, but it's in the works.
Keep
Look
an
at
eye out.
that thing, dude.
It's
The white on white goes crazy.
White on white. Shout out 88 for the wheels.
Yeah.
But I set this up the other night with Lachie. We were pondering after work, just chopping away, and everything on this board's fresh except for the Scythe footstop, which is I got in Europe. Shout out to the Scythe boys and the Rohar trucks. But
How many nights did it take you to set up, Jack?
like 3 after work. But,
How many nights of messaging, like where to put the torque block?
I got the torque block on fleek. Look at the back of it. The tail is the nicest tail you'll ever see. I
It
know
is
there'll
very
be like
nice.
some haters. And I got a lot going on at the front. Scythe footstop, little toe wedge, this max caps bulge thing.
Have you ridden it yet?
Implants.
No, not yet. I'm so keen. But thanks for sorting that out. More to come later.
Yeah, mate. No worries. No, it looks so good though, eh?
How's your board going?
I've added some things to it.
Oh, man.
I've added some contraptions
Right.
that I mean, you might have seen if you were. Like,
I heard
watching
you're
the-
doing that Aiden Essex toe stop thing.
Yeah.
Have you
Explain
gotten a
that.
custom one from Jeb?
No, I haven't got a custom one from Jeb. He's told me he was going to make me one, but like they're a bit hectic.
Mm.
Like, yeah.
No,
like
Jeb's board is
Je-
very
Je-
conventional.
Jeb's board,
I
like,
don't know what
so-
you're talking about.
Like, if you don't know, like Jeb rides a Madrid Ghost just like me.
You wouldn't guess it looking at it.
And like that's where the similarities end. It's just like we ride the same deck, and he's like, I don't know if he's got like too much time in his hands or something, but like he's full gone to town on the board, and he has this full like toe cup on the front of his board, and then he has this torque block that he's carved out of wood.
The nature block.
Yeah, it's full wild, and then he's got like the hammerhead on the bottom and the Rohars and the 88 wheels and all that, weird stuff. But yeah, I've recently added like, that Aiden Essex toe stop. It's actually just a door hinge.
Yeah. Is that what you're using, just a door hinge?
It's a door hinge, yeah.
So because people listening are going to think like toe stop. Yeah, we all know a toe stop like Scythe.
No. Like, yeah,
Explain
it does not touch anything other than my toes.
Yeah.
Like I ride my V1 Scythe, as usual.
Yeah.
And then, because my feet are so big.
Yeah.
And my trucks are so narrow. Like I've always been over leveraging. Like I always make my boards to fit my foot a little bit better.
Yeah.
But now I've narrowed the board in heaps with this new model, and I think that works better for everyone, including myself, to match with the narrower trucks.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like on a gnarly, rough pit of pavement, like my foot kind of jumps,
Yeah.
even with the spikes. And going into Turkey, and I was like, mate, if it's anything like what we experienced last year,
Yeah.
I'm going to need something. So I just went to Bunnings and got a bit of galvanized like door hinge and just drilled that straight through the board
So
and covered it in rubber.
say this is the deck, right? This is the outside of the deck. Your toe stop's sitting on your board, and this new
Thing is just like right on the right
it's at
hand rail.
it's like on
Yeah.
the rail of the board. Which the only time I've seen that honestly is Aiden Essex.
Aiden Essex, yeah. That's the first time I ever saw it as well.
Yeah.
And I looked at when I first saw his, and I was like, that's absolutely cooked.
Yeah. But what do you think now?
Yeah, it's pretty good, eh?
Are you
Saw
gonna keep it?
Diego was
I don't
doing
know.
the same thing.
No, Diego had something similar, I think, as well.
Yeah.
And so did Owen. I mean, because like we were all in Turkey last year.
Yeah.
And even though this year was a completely different track, we didn't have our hopes up, hey, that they were going to find something that would be smooth.
No trust.
No trust.
Honestly, on the film, it didn't look smooth.
Yeah, look,
For some reason.
it didn't
You might
wear
not
wheels at
see them.
all, man. Like I'll show you, like Lachie was very kind to lend me a set of wheels for the race. Unfortunately, I absolutely binned myself when I was riding them. But
Good mags.
good mags, yeah.
You still had a set.
No, he had a
I had a
set.
fresh set of
He,
mags.
yeah, from like 2017.
I was saving him for next Newtons.
Yeah, forget about it,
If
bro.
If
that
there is a next
happens
Newtons.
again, I thought they'd be put to better use by this man here.
Yeah, look, sorry, mate. But yeah, I wasn't sure what we were going to get, and man, thank God I had him.
Yep.
I had this toe stop, because like the track had this crazy crack. Like I'm sure everyone's seen by now, like that video of Khalil. Shout out Khalil, man. Shout out to the
Khalil,
man.
bro.
So glad you're okay, bro.
Bruh.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man.
Oh, man,
That
what a
was so
silence.
heavy
eh?
on the
Man, there's some
I'm
stories.
so glad
There's
he
some
is walking and safe and good. Like,
Me and Owen went to the hospital with him.
yeah.
What was the
Owen,
Turkish
buddy,
hospital
if
like?
you're watching,
Scary stuff.
Yeah, some of it was scary. Some of it was like the most cooked stuff I've ever seen in my entire
Jesus.
life, and I will wait for Khalil to tell the stories
Right.
of what happened in that hospital, bro.
Should try to do a Skype.
Yeah, well,
Interview.
I think the boys at 35 All Grip are gonna have that,
Obviously,
have
because
that covered. So we are waiting for that episode for Khalil to jump on, because I wish I could tell the story about what happened at the hospital, but you're gonna have to wait and see. Because holy crap, boys! But yeah, like that crack in the middle of the road was
bad.
ridiculous.
Yep.
It was absolutely ridiculous, and it is something that the WDSC had flagged on their initial track review, but I don't know how. Like it just got looked over by the local council there. They didn't cover it up. But honestly, man, I saw a lot of people saying like, why don't you just put like Quickcrete over it and just like patch it up?
It wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that, because it had already been filled, so it was like up,
Oh, right.
and some of it was down, some of it was up. So like you couldn't level it.
There were a few things on that track, even from watching it, that looked a bit crazy.
We're going to do
Yeah.
a full turkey
Yeah.
potty.
The ditch, those light poles. Also, just watching a car cruising down on the other side of the road while people
Yeah,
were
no,
skating.
look,
It just- it
that was a
looked-
big mistake.
it looked
People were
wild.
tripping about that, but it was the pickup
does it-
car, right?
Yeah, no, but that guy who was driving the car was just like, he thought he had to get to the bottom before the skaters to like pick him up or something, and everyone was like
It's a race.
yeah,
He's
like,
in the heat with everyone.
he really. That's the only time he did it. Like through the whole event, he did it through consies.
Damn.
Yeah, stupid, but
So,
like
I honestly look. He's on the other side. Like it's for someone
fine.
to make it over.
it's fine, but
it
it's
looks
distracting.
Like a really,
yeah, distracting when
It's
you're riding.
really, it was really distracting.
This is like a full mental thing.
Yeah, like because you know they're on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
You know you've got a massive ditch in between, and you know you've got hay bales and corner marshals. Like it was fine. Like we skate open roads, bro. It was good, but like it felt weird to be like in my suit looking at hay bales, and then like there's like a car in your peripherals. That was a bit wiggy, but you kind of got used to it. But like the Gondi system that they had, man,
It always helps when there's a gondola.
like truly, boys, it's the best track we've had since Vulcan.
Maximum runs.
Dude, it's so good.
How many? Oh, yeah, I'll talk all about this on another.
Yeah, but like, anyway, we'll cap turkey here. Like, but
But
if you're looking to go for skateboarding purely, it's so good. And if you just want to trip, Turkey's amazing.
I've heard that.
And Turkey's so sick.
How far was the new track from Cappadocia, the last year's track?
Oh,
or
it's
area?
a while.
Like-
It's a while.
Like Sydney, Melbourne type thing. Like
Yeah, like
completely
you're looking at
around.
like an hour flight. It was more towards the east of Turkey this time.
Yeah.
But the town Erzincan, man, like it has everything.
Yeah.
Like the hill, the airport, and the track are all within 5 minutes of each other. So you just land in, hit the. We're staying at the Hilton, bro. We were staying at the Hilton Garden Inn. You know, like the WC.
Was it
hooked
included
up.
in
Nah,
Rego as well?
no, it wasn't included in the rego, but my flights were, so they paid for my flights.
Mad.
Woo!
They
Wow.
yeah, dude, it was sick.
Yeah.
Like, because I had flights booked to the July event that they cancelled. They're like, don't worry, man. Like, we'll comp your flights,
And
and
to make it up.
I ended up making pretty money on that flight, bro. They balled out on that flight for me, so shout out to them. eternally
to
grateful
them,
for that. But yeah, they came through in the end, and they had a real rocky year this year, as everyone saw. And everyone, like I saw, like when I posted up that I was going to that event, it's like, why are you going? Like, you know, these guys don't know what they're doing. Like, I can't believe you'd like, you know, waste your time to go back. So worth it. Oh
They're
my
still
god,
just
so worth it.
in a very much like early stage.
Yeah, they're figuring it
you
out,
know?
and like, yeah, it's
The fact that
frustrating what
There's a live
happened.
stream for like us being able to watch your mates
No, but-
overseas racing.
We've never had a media package like the ones that they make after events.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
never had it like.
It's the start of something. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like say it's like at a professional level, and they will be better, and they will do better, and they know that they're gonna be better. But all I can say, I'm not sure when this is gonna come out, but like, there's something coming soon,
Sweet.
and you should all be very excited.
Tell me after the potty.
Yeah, bro.
But you were just talking about the crack, right? A negative pavement issue. There's a positive pavement issue that I want to talk about. Good timing for you. My mum doesn't want to hear about it. The Ridgeway just got paved.
What?
The Big Dipper's fully paved, blacktop butter.
The big righty.
The whole thing, bro.
What?
Even the left that you like, that was
Yeah,
always
yeah,
Ripley,
yeah.
that's just like right there. So they shut the road for 3 days this week. I had to get up 5 minutes earlier to drive around. It ruined my week. But for 3 days this week, they had it completely shut. I'm thinking, what are they doing? I know they were putting up guardrail there, full butter. The only part of the road that they haven't buttered is like the top closest to my side of the Big Dipper. So you don't want to skate there anyway. You want to skate from the other side. And they haven't done out the front, right out the front of mine, which when that is paved, that's a run.
That's a run.
That's a Central
it's a
Coast
full
run,
run.
bruh.
Yeah.
And
Fire out the
I'm
skate
like,
house is about
what?
to go crazy, man.
but talk about like Lachie, you just come here from where have you been?
Actually, dude, I want to hear about Lockie's like last 6 months.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
bro, what a
Touch on it.
trip, bro.
Touch on it,
You
bro.
start from when you left Merrickville. Like, where you been?
It's been, like,
what
up and down
happened?
the East
who,
Coast
who you've
twice.
collected on your way? What
Collected.
do you mean you collected? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
People for a second, I want them.
Yeah, come on, tell us all
I
about
got a
it.
dog.
You got a
Yeah, I
dog,
got a
ladies and
dog.
gentlemen.
She's the
Shout
best.
out, bro. Talk about
Shout
it.
out Luna. Yeah, she's fun. I got my license.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Mitch
so much has
doesn't believe
happened.
it's
Dude, you got your
I got my license.
It's been all three of us.
Bro,
Yes.
me and Lockie
You're-
went
you're
for a
nine-
skate.
it's- you're an-
Just us two.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
both rocked up in our cars. We both got to the top of Bell's Line, and we're just looking at each other like, what timeline are we in, bro? Like, both got red P plates. He's got a dog.
I love that.
Like,
stacked laps down that hill.
My
that day,
Facebook
too. That was a
memories
sick
showed-
day.
My Facebook memory showed that I got my red peas 10 years ago last week. But yeah, no, shout out to you.
Oh.
Do you feel like, this is a hard hitting question, do you feel like getting your beautiful dog Luna has been life changing? Be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Much like, and I kind of knew it was going to be like everyone's like, don't get a dog, or you know, it's a
That was
lot of
me.
responsibility, and you know, and I think for me, I needed it, and I reflected upon it when I was living in Victoria, and Tally came to stay, and he got me out of bed. He would rock up at 6:30 in the morning with a coffee and be like, "We are going to do this, this, and this today," and I'd be like, "Sweet." But if it was just me waking up in the morning, you know, by myself in Mount Beauty, I'm like, I'm going to sleep in another hour, you know, another hour and a half. But I can't anymore. This dog
Dude's
gets me
up
out
at
of
7
bed.
every day. I get home from
That's it.
work. He's like, I took the dog here. I did this. I did that. I spoke to the hot chick at the coffee shop. She gave the dog a treat. He's feeding the dogs at 5 o'clock. It's like full father. Full father.
yeah, no, fully, bro. Like, he's been living.
She's the best. She's
He's been
honestly
living
rad.
with a dog in a car. Like, so this is paradise, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like having a backyard actually, like, because when I first got her, the situation was awesome. Like, and I was living with Luke, who's actually in this room right now. Shout out,
Shout
Luke.
out, Luke.
And the place we're at was beautiful. It was super beautiful, and circumstances changed.
Yep.
It was really ideal for a dog. And Luke and his partner weren't there a lot. They travel a lot for work.
Yep.
And I was there alone a fair bit, and you know, I made some friends in town and stuff. But I was like, I'm reaching a different stage in my life, and I kind of, you know, I was like, this is perfect for a dog. But that hit the fan like really quick, and I had to adapt. And suddenly, not having a backyard for a 3-month-old Kelpie is pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
It's like having an athletic 2-year-old just running around like non-stop.
And yeah, it's honestly like it's had its moments, but like overall, it's like hectic. Like I went to camp 7 Pins with Harry the other week, and she was there. And
Yeah, bro, it was sick.
It's hectic, man. If we hop in the car and do follow runs, she'll sit in the front seat of the car and
Yeah,
like
she's
watch
just on
people
it,
skate.
just watching dad.
Bro, just
like-
give her a camera. Come on.
Fully. I'll put on raw runs on like in my room, like at night time or something. I was watching Couchman the other day, which is absolutely
Out.
it's awesome.
We'll talk
if
about
you
that in a
haven't
minute.
watched it,
Yeah, fire out.
go watch it. But my dog watched it with me. She was like glued to the telly, like looking at me, looking at that. The only other thing she watches is other dogs or skateboards. But like, yeah, no, it's awesome. And I figured out pretty quickly she likes skateboards, and she goes really hard on the lead with it too.
Dude,
No,
she
it's
pulls so hard.
Oh, dude, we
It's
went for a lap of the uni
crazy.
the other day. So I do laps of the uni. Shout out Pantheon all the time. I do laps of the uni on my LDP board. And I pick up this board, Bing knows it's walk time. And like, he'll skate next to me. Sometimes he'll like drag me for like 10 meters. But Bing and Luna had to meet because Lachie moved in. So before you moved in, what did we have to do?
Went to the park, had a little doggy date.
Yep, just to see if like they'd get along.
Yeah.
So you move in, fast forward, we went for a skate at the uni the other day, and Bing is in love with Luna, man.
So hard.
He's
I
just
even
like
seen
me,
it.
man. He
Yeah.
falls in love. Oh my goodness. And Lachie crossed the road from the car park to like the ring road at the uni first. And Bing's just looked as like his love was running away. And he pulled me the hardest bruh. He was going so fast. Well, not really that fast, but he was like running his heart out, man. He's not that quick. So he was running his heart out. Just like, Luna, I need you. And then we swapped for a second, dogs. And Luna is just like hammering, bruh. She's a
She's so powerful.
tiny
eh?
little dog. 5 times as fast as Bing, man. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
it's
She's
crazy.
like-
That kelpie.
Yeah. One Kelpie power,
Yeah.
whatever that equivalent to.
But
English.
I want
yeah.
to talk about Couchman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Couch.
hold on.
Man.
Rusty, who's behind the camera, is a creative freelancer.
he's one of the most
He
talented
runs-
I've ever encountered.
He
yeah.
runs his own company, and quickly, we'll definitely talk about it when we do a Europe podcast. But Rusty made a 1 minute little K&K vertically
Oh,
filmed
so
reel.
good, bro.
Shout out to Teese.
It was
Whenever
so
I think
good.
of reels, I think of Teese.
Yeah.
And Rusty's loving now. But Rusty came to K&K. Dude, I wish he stayed. Rusty came to
Stop
K&K.
it, man. Stop
and
it.
I'm going to speak for everyone right now. They fell in love with him. And they know just by his 1 minute K&K video that he's a creative dude. But he runs his own company. He's about to go all around the world doing freelance stuff. I said to him tonight when we're getting dinner, I looked at him in the eye. I'm like, bro, you need to watch Couchman.
Mhm.
It is a cinematic masterpiece.
Kayvon's the guy.
I don't even want to call it a documentary because it just perfectly explains the life of a downhill skater. And there's some things that are said in there that I've been searching to say to explain myself for so long. And it's just beautiful. And the fact that like Scotty's in there, bro, David is in there, all our friends like Chase.
Just getting to see David.
Oh,
Oh.
dude. Honestly, all the
No.
get that was in there made me like tear up.
Yeah, bro, that's
Like,
crazy,
It
yeah.
made me
It
like
was
proud of what is happening with Get That. But someone, it was Will or David, was like, in life, this isn't going to be an exact quote, but it smacked me when I heard it. And they were like,
I think it's Will's one.
in life, there's like 97% of the people you meet don't have something that they love
No,
so
that's David,
much
yeah.
that you want to do every second of the day.
Yeah, they call it a thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but
don't
it's
have a
just like,
thing.
how many
Yeah.
people do you know that's not a... Like, a lot of people have their own thing. I don't know how to word it without sounding like rude, but it's crazy, man.
Well, I only know skateboarders, so I just assume that everyone's got that.
Yeah, I know a few other people, that's all.
Yeah, I just like...
Also, Scotty, get a new lid. I saw you bricked it in North Carolina. And you've been riding it in
Ever
Europe,
since, bro, he's
everywhere.
still
I
riding it.
think it's sitting in
Get
Benno's
it.
shed.
It's broken.
Last time I was
bruh.
at Benno's,
Pack it up, bruh.
I think it's
Take
sitting
it
in the
home.
shed.
The white one.
Speaking of Benno,
Yeah.
Hold on, Couchman, and then...
Oh, we'll get
Benno's
there,
a
we'll
whole another 10 minutes.
get there. Oh, yeah. That's today as well.
So where were you when you
Today.
first... Because when Couchman came out, Kevon sent me the link to do a premiere in the garage.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Sydney downhill scene. I invited about 30 people. 4 people showed up, but it's all good. It's quality over quantity. That's the saying.
That's it.
But you were in Turkey.
I watched it. I watched it with Owen.
Yep.
In our hotel room.
And
With Thomas actually. It was just those
oh,
two.
shout out Tom
Shout
from
out
Hong
Tom.
Kong, bro.
Shout out Hong Kong Tom. I keep forgetting that you guys did the whole Euro tour with Tom, bro. Hell yeah.
Legend.
Talk about.
I don't know, man. Like, I felt like it was crazy to watch. It was. I haven't watched anything like that before. And I think the first time I watched it, like, I wasn't fully, like, really taking in everything that I was. And after I watched it, I said to Owen, like, oh, I feel like this hits way harder for you than it does for me because he's from there.
Okay.
But then I watched it again just by myself and
That
I was
made
like,
sense.
fuck. Yeah.
And regardless as if you're a downhill skater or not,
That's
as well.
Well, that's what it's for, right?
Like
I think that's what Kayvon said.
it's-
That it's
yeah,
for.
fair,
Yeah.
Like you don't have to have a history of skateboarding downhills to enjoy that.
well. Duddy rang me after the premiere I had here because he had work, and he was like, "Oh, he rang me the next day. He's like, bro, how was it? It was a sick video." And I said, "It's not like turned up, everyone cheering after like big clips. It's like sit down." I said to Duddy, "Sit down with your wife, bro, and watch this. You will love it."
Yeah.
Jado was saying earlier as well, actually, that he struggles to get his girlfriend to watch skate videos with him, and she
Yeah.
walked in while he was watching it, and he didn't say anything because he didn't want to jinx it. And apparently, the end credits started rolling,
Yeah,
and then she was like, "That was awesome."
yeah. Because
Like-
usually she will only watch videos that skate videos that have Callum in it. Like if Callum's not in it, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Woken up for that one.
But nah, where you watched it, you weren't here for the premiere, but you
Nah.
watched it downstairs.
Yeah, I just
when you
watched it
moved
like
in.
one night. Like I couldn't find anything to watch on Netflix, and I hadn't watched it yet, and I was like, "Oh my god, I haven't watched this yet." Chuck it on, and I wish I could chuck on something like that every night instead of Netflix. To be
100.
honest, eh?
It should be on Netflix for
yeah,
sure.
like it's
But in terms of, we just came back from the same trip. He's always going on trips, so I'm not even going to include him in this little part. But you had the as Chase Hiller explained in 35 All Grip, shout out to them, the
The
post-traumatic skate trip.
Yeah. Post-tour depression, boys.
What was...
How was it?
What was
This
watching...
is your first one.
Yeah, it was alright. I got back from all those hills and I was like, damn, I just wish I had one of the combos from like
Yeah.
one of the French hills.
Yeah.
Like,
But when you were watching Couchman, did it hit... Were you getting hit real hard by it then? Just like, look at this
Yeah.
beautiful life that...
made me want to go on another tour.
Yeah.
made me want to
But-
live in a skate house and skateboard
Yeah.
down hills every day.
Yeah,
of the
sorry,
week.
bro. I don't skate
Just-
every day.
Just the real scat life,
Yeah.
waking up and everyone's keen to get out.
Yeah.
But like getting back home, waking up and it's like normal life.
It's
It's a
tough.
little bit difficult.
Life's what you make it, mate. Just, get after it.
Yeah.
Move into a skate house. Create a skate house.
Yeah.
Another
Man,
great quote.
look at
from
these
that,
boys.
eh?
What?
No hill's scarier than talking to the girl at the grocery store.
Oh, David. Shout out David. Shout out to David, man. Dude, if you haven't watched Couchman, if you're watching the Get That Skate podcast, there's a 99.5% chance you've watched Couchman. So I'm just going to tell you to go and watch it again because it is honestly that good. And Rusty behind the camera, like, take my word, bro. You got to
It's
watch
great.
Couchman.
It's great.
You're talking about, you mentioned Benson.
Yeah, let's go.
Expand, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
And
People are listening.
well, actually, on my adventures that you touched on this year, in terms of what I've been up and down the East Coast, I actually spent a little bit of time with Benno and Jordo up near, I want to say southeast Queensland, but they're technically in New South Wales.
Tweed.
I think, yeah.
Tweed.
Like, or even south of Tweed a little bit.
True.
Tumblebum.
Yeah.
Tumbulgum. I got to have a look at it. What he's just released today.
It's not actually released. He's just on the team today.
Oh, he's on the team today.
He's on the team today.
I have to look at some things in the.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not sure when. I'm pretty sure he's on the team today.
They've definitely hinted very heavily at the board that he's riding. Sure.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah,
can talk
they
about
are,
the board
but
that
it's
he's
not. It's
riding.
not out, and it doesn't, and the name's not out. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure
And
when
the
this is
fact
coming
that
out.
This has also just been sparked from
Dude,
Last
yeah, that's
podcast,
crazy. Like,
he
he,
he
loves
wasn't sponsored. He
We
wasn't
have
sponsored.
we have big news about a great rider and a small board in the next few days. Stay tuned with a photo
no,
of Benson.
that was yesterday.
There's another post.
New video
Keep
dropping
going.
tomorrow. We're stoked to introduce a new team rider today.
There you go.
Welcome to the family, Benson. We've had him on our radar since we met him at the K&K as a 16-year-old, and I spoke to Daniel about that. It was beautiful just to hear that story. He was impressive back then, but now he's probably one of the best free riders out there.
Facts.
He has a unique style, and it's just a joy to watch him skate. Only a few make
He's
it.
half asleep all the time.
Only a
Very
few make
sleepy
it
boy.
look so effortless. But for this, he needs a short and narrow board with a very short wheelbase, so that he and many others don't always have to chop and re-drill decks. We gave him his own board. Shout out to Rocket. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
To what the people wanted.
Mad,
It
Danny,
is a
mad.
sick board.
This is my favorite part. It's called
The
Don, and will be available in November. We'll show you more about it next week.
Okay, yeah, cool. So
And
they
thanks
did
for the
drop-
great video, George Lurk. YouTube link in bio. We should watch that.
The Cronson, the Donson, and the Johnson.
What's he wearing, Has?
Oh, mate, only the best. Get that skate, obviously. You already know.
Actually, well, we're talking about Benson. You know, I like to talk to the followers on the Get That social media platforms.
Oh,
out-
yeah, for sure, dude.
Put out
For
a thing.
sure, I already know
Did
what
you
you're
see all the
gonna say,
DMs coming through?
Yeah, kinda.
I put out a thing just saying that, you know, new skate graphic coming soon. Who would the people like it to be? And there's definitely a list, but I like hearing what people have to say. Do you know how many Bensons I got?
A lot.
So many. Do you know what my reply was? And hear me out for a second, because
I do,
love
'cause I live with you. but
I
I'm
love
gonna
Benson,
shut up.
man. He is the man. I'm so proud of him getting this board. I just want to see him have a Scotty year.
Go to NC, dude.
Yeah.
Not even a Scotty year, just go. I just feel like it's time for him to go on a big trip. He's got the board dropping.
He's got the plan. He's in the plans.
Okay,
It's
I
in
want
the
to see
plan.
it.
It's
He's
in
on
the
that
plans.
plumber
And
money.
I tell, mark my words, whoever's watching, whoever actually cares this much, if Benson goes on a Scotty level tour or even just goes to NC for a
We
month,
got to stop comparing Benson to Scotty, man.
no, but they're like, you think of Australian stand-up
different
free
folks, right?
riders,
Yeah.
They're equal.
they're the Don.
Oh, dude.
But see,
The
this,
Don and the
no,
Crime.
no, okay, so this is what I'm saying,
You
right?
decide who's who.
You'll understand this as
Yeah.
Scotty did that world tour. Everyone knows how good he is.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people know how good Benson is,
Mm.
but I want everyone to know how good he is.
and
that's
who he
why
is as
that-
a bloke too.
that's
you
why I
know?
want him
He's
to
a
go
sick
on
and
dude.
like a
he'll
big
get better
trip.
too.
He's
Exactly.
a sick
Not
dude.
enough people
Not
know how
just-
good Benson is, dude.
That's
the
what
thing.
I'm saying,
Whereas
bruh.
Benson's
Look,
pretty
if
low
you're-
key in the
if-
bigger scheme.
If you're watching this right now and you've never met Benson, he's better than you think he is. Like, he's good, but he's
Bruh.
better.
he is the best.
Let me,
Yeah.
bro.
We
It-
love Bongson.
Yeah.
If
I called him that for so long, yeah.
when Benson goes on a big tour to really let the world know what's up, and that should happen when you're having a downhill board with your name on it come out. When he does that tour, he's going on a shirt.
We got to do a bit of training with him first, though.
He's going on a shirt when he can go show the world, yeah, look, this is why I got my name on this board. You know what I mean?
We should talk about Aiden too today. He's stocking rocket boards now.
No!
Yeah.
I want him here, but I'm going to do it anyway. We'll talk about
Yeah,
this
true.
all the time. You talk about it, bro.
Aiden.
Talk about what
What
he's just
happened,
done.
man?
The
Yeah.
life changes, mate.
Well, we had like the people don't know.
Aiden
We were-
Essex.
Aiden Essex, about 4 months ago, we were going on a trip to Queensland to meet up with Benson and all those boys. And he got a message from his old boss who owned a skate shop that he had worked at for years saying, would you like to take over the skate shop? And he was like super keen. So he was in contact with him, and in the past couple of months, he's been running that shop and he's been doing a great job. And when Benson's boards drops, that's where you're going to be getting it from. East End, skate and surf, and scooters.
It's a shop that's been in Newcastle for 10 years, and the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, Aiden's been working there, and yeah, like you said, took over the shop. It's a shop that's got everything you need. It's got massive clothing range now.
Jesus.
That was Carlton coughing.
Relax.
But it's amazing. But it was bittersweet for us because Aiden bought the shop and we left. We went overseas.
Yeah.
And it's like we wanted to be there kicking it with him, help him. But it's what he's created in that shop and where it's going to go is so amazing. And I didn't know he was getting rocket boards into it right now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw it
Till right
tonight
now.
on the Instagram
Really?
story.
Let's go.
On East End
Wow.
Skate and Surf, it was on the
Yeah.
story.
So check out East End Surf and Skate, Nord's Wharf Trade and Post, and get that skate.
Get that skate.
Yeah.
And East End priority.
Nord's Wharf.
Now you gotta go to Nord's Wharf for a feed and a coffee, bro.
East End's not going to fly from America.
As if
Bro,
they won't,
any traveling skater, you gotta understand, bro. Any traveling skater that comes to the coast is gonna skate Murray's and is gonna go 2 minutes down the road to your shop to get a
100%,
coffee.
100%.
100.
100%.
Yeah, fair.
100%.
I'm gonna make a coffee at his shop next time.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to do that too, actually.
I wrote a list in Europe of 100 things I want to do in the next year.
Yeah,
Small
one of them was
things.
making
Sunday.
coffee.
It's happening
Make my
Sunday.
own coffee. Yeah, let's do it this weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
It's happening.
We can do it.
New
Swag.
Swag.
Shout out to Benson, man.
Shout out to Benson.
Shout out.
Yeah. Also housing me and stuff.
Someone
Yeah.
give him a wheel. Hey, Beck 11, please put him on the team.
Yeah,
why?
We need to use the powers of this platform more.
ABEC 11 should really be sponsoring this man. He
ABEC
has
11.
a stack of wheels. I reckon,
Someone
the size
call
of
Max
this table.
Caps to get in
Yeah,
contact with
it
Chris
needs to
Chappett.
happen.
Yes.
Bro, if anyone's going to listen to about that, it's you.
Who?
You.
What?
Max Caps will listen to you.
Yeah, Max Caps will listen to me. Max Caps, if you're watching,
He's
which
not.
You're not.
No,
Let's be real.
He's too cool, bro.
Yeah, no, he's
Too
driving.
busy
Yeah.
portioning around.
Pushing it around or something. This man spends so much. Like the reason ABEC 11 is back is because of Benson.
He spent almost
Yes.
$2,000. I was speaking to him
Like-
yesterday on FaceTime, bro.
Say it loud.
Almost $2,000 on ABEC 11 Thane in the past, few months, and he's just stocking it just for the snowy strip this year, bro.
What's the statistic about him and his paycheck?
1/3 of his paycheck goes towards wheels. ABEC 11 in specific. He's given up on all types of things.
This man is the
But
biggest
ABEC 11
microplastic polluter in Queensland.
Oh my goodness, bro.
He would make kids in Longboard family cry.
Basically-
he melts wheels, eh?
So-
you can't go through that many sets in a day.
When I used
Half
to
an hour, bro. I gave him hard in the paints, bro. I said, can you just send me like one video of you sliding him?
yeah.
The hard in the paint harlots, because I was like, again, when I gave Harry the Magnums, I went, he's going to make much better use of these wheels than me, qualifying in Turkey. And when I had these hard in the paint harlots on my 100mm trucks, I went, Benson's going to make better use of these wheels than me. And he didn't even have time to film them because they were gone,
They
polluted into the atmosphere.
When I used to
20,
hear the
30
word,
minutes.
when I used to hear the word dump, I'd think of something else.
Yeah.
Now
I think of
I just think of Benson's wheels, bro.
putting it in. Literal butter zone. He lives in the butter zone. His head is the butter zone.
Shout out,
His
shout
brain
out,
You
is
take
made
that
of
as you
butter,
want
bro.
it to.
shout out to the dump trucks though. Respect.
Dump trucks.
What just happened?
Shout out to Jack.
Actually, shout out people making stuff in Australia. 'cause That's,
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about
Actually.
that kind of dump truck.
true,
bro.
true. Oh, dump
Yeah.
truck. I
yeah,
thought, I was-
Shout out to Jack Plummer. Shout out Jack Plummer.
This episode is actually sponsored by
And
Jack
Matt
Plummer.
Bro.
True. We're
He's
gonna do
paying
like-
us all $500 to do this podcast.
Shout out to Jack Plummer, the biggest and best sponsor of the podcast.
Yeah.
He doesn't done anything. We just thought he's sponsoring it tonight.
Yeah.
And Matt, bruv.
Shout out Matt, bruv.
I haven't actually met Jack, but I realised that Tally had been skating with him for
Oh, yeah.
True. Oh, they
couple
love
of
Tally,
years
bro.
before
They love him.
They came
Yeah.
over, and the fact that he knows Tally and they get along means
That's
that
all
I'm
you
sure
need.
Bro,
Yeah.
the
that's all I
word,
need
the
to
world
know.
is so small, straight
It's
up.
crazy.
I mean, we're all skaters, but shout out to Plummer and Matt, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? What's the
I
next
miss
10
traveling.
minutes?
What's the next 10 minutes? What are we talking about?
Someone said something about talking about some must-hit hills, and I was
Nah, it's a whole
it's
podcast
not
right
true.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking just Australian roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about, continue on the
Let's
fact
talk
that
about the coast.
you live here. Yeah.
Snowy
Yeah.
strip.
Lachie lives downstairs with me.
In the dungeon.
And hopefully,
In the bin.
I'm a school teacher, and most of you know that if you listen, but work's
Can you
busy at the
imagine?
moment. When stuff starts slowing down for me, Lachie and I are going to chop it up in the podcast room more to get more episodes out because it's needed. And shout out to everyone in Europe who had nice things to say about the podcast. That mind blowing.
In fact, people listen to this.
Dude,
Pretty.
too many people.
The people calling me
saying they want
Budget
to-
Liam Morgan last time, though. I'm not trying to be, you know.
Do you know what the comments are going to say now
Yeah.
after that?
Yeah, I know. I was refraining from it. I had to touch on it. It was one dude. Only because when I was younger, that's what someone used to call me.
Bro, they used to call me that too.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Blonde hair. that's
I
the
used to
only
sign
reason.
autographs as Liam Morgan in the Philippines.
Have you heard how people, when they get fines in Europe, they just say Patrick Switzer?
We should have done that.
We should have, mate. Did we get cops?
No, we didn't get any pullovers, but we got hit with the fines the other day.
I actually got the fine.
Nah, I looked at my credit cards on a different bank, and I just went on, and then because we dropped the car off in Euro, Milo and I, Jaden left early because he needed to see the misso. But
Doesn't
Milo-
sound like him.
no, so
Where
we.
is he? He was here tonight. Where did he go?
Well, you tell me. Like,
He's
Yeah.
coming tomorrow, so he had to go say
What
hello
did
to
you say
the
when he left? I've got to go.
oh, don't repeat it. But no, we dropped the hire car off, and we got all these parking fines in Innsbruck.
Oh
Hey, bro, and I'm
I've
going.
never
Bro,
pay a parking fine. in
Here we
Innsbruck.
go. I'm going off what
It's cheaper
Jeff.
to get one than pay the parking.
True, but I'm going off what Jevy said. I remember Jevy. Do you remember
Nah.
Jevy saying this?
Okay,
Laws
this
don't
was
apply overseas.
T's saying it in behalf of Jevy.
Oh, sorry,
we
Jeff.
all know how T's be talking.
Okay, I shouldn't have listened. Anyway, we heard through Teese that the if you just don't pay the fines and you drop the hire car off, you won't get the fine. And you know, when you're on tour, your
Because
brain.
Taste is always hiring cars.
Yeah. When you're on tour, your brain, like when I was on tour, I legit thought I wouldn't be returning to be a teacher. I was just like, I'm going to be on tour forever. It ended after 3 months. But we dropped the car off, forget about it. You
Didn't
know,
think they would find
didn't
us.
think at all.
Nah.
Went on my credit card the other night, bro.
What are we talking?
I'm talking about how many fines did we have in Innsbruck?
We got
They're 50
4
Australian dollars
fines.
each.
54 Australian dollar each fines and 1 day in Innsbruck. And then we got a few more of those days.
So it was a few hundo. But I don't want to spend a few hundo. I'm trying to save for Tepe. Shout out Kevin for putting it
Oh,
back
you
on.
guys are going? Yeah, you're going.
I
Yeah, you're
would
going.
love to go.
Bro. Jaden goes, I don't know.
Jaden's coming.
Come on.
So you
bro.
going?
A hundo, bro.
Locked in?
You coming?
Nah.
Please.
I can't. I don't think I'll be able to go.
Why's this?
Because I'm moving, lad.
Yeah.
Talk about
to
that,
be
bro.
continued.
Yeah.
It's going to make me cry, bro.
As soon as
I'm
someone
fine.
starts pushing me down hills properly again,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I'm out.
Nah. You're not
Yeah.
allowed in
Last
this
time it
house.
was Rob Dog. Now it's Harry.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, look.
Look at the camera.
I can't. Bro. I can't. No, it hasn't quite set in yet, but I will be leaving Australia in the middle of November, indefinitely.
So you don't know for how long.
Bin.
So if I said I'll see you in a year, the answer's no.
Well, no, you'll see you in Europe.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
You're gonna come on Euro tour.
I
Yeah.
can't.
I mean,
We're
like
going
eventually
Portugal.
you'll be there at skate games,
True.
right?
Ism.
Like I'll see you. You two, not so much.
I want to go to Portugal.
Oh,
next
there you
year.
go. I'll see you in Portugal, and Lachie, whenever your dog learns how to fly,
Yeah.
I'll see you
I'll
too.
just take
But
it.
yeah, no, I'm going to be moving to Barcelona
Mm.
in the middle of November, indefinitely. I have no idea how it's going to go, but it's a bit of a
He'll be
send.
back.
But
He
So-
always
I mean,
comes back to Sydney.
I'll be back eventually.
Finer
It's like
details.
death and rebirth.
Yeah,
Soul, your wife, is she going?
yeah, absolutely.
You are a lucky man to have someone like her in your corner.
Oh, dude,
Got to say that out loud.
everybody knows it.
Yep.
Everybody knows it.
How
Shout
did
out
she
to
put up
Sol.
with Harry?
Bro, it was her idea.
That's it.
You dead set, bro. It was her idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
solid.
yeah. Well, I mean, like
Man.
the way that it like comes in our life, like I'm pretty fluid with like the skating and touring and traveling and competing and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
Gender.
she, is a regular person who has a job and goes to work and all that sort of stuff. But where she's working now, like her contract's ending.
Yeah.
And she's looking to like start more of a career. and this is like a nice in between time where before she starts like settling in.
Okay. I can see it now.
You know, like, and she's got an Italian passport, so she's can just live in Europe.
Yep.
And I can, you know, just kind of like feed off that European passport. So we're gonna go mix it up and live in Spain for a little bit. And look, for me, it's good for skating
100%.
because it's just like Sydney, man. You can skate all year round.
Yeah.
And there's a solid crew there.
What do you mean? There's a hectic crew in Sydney at the moment. It's
Yeah, look,
pumping.
on a good day, yeah, Sydney goes, but like,
That was
good
complete
days are few and far
sarcasm,
between.
Harry.
Yeah.
There's no scene in Sydney
Barcelona
right now.
goes
Looking at
hard at the moment.
yeah, look, so it's gonna be cool. I mean, be locals with Oscar.
So you'll be in Barca.
I will be in Barcelona.
Shout out
Hit up
Oscar.
the Pyrenees and everything.
Yeah,
It's
look,
gonna
man.
be
You know how like the other week, man, I drove 6 hours to go skate Dorigo
Yeah.
on Friday afternoon,
Yes.
and
Is it fun though?
and drove back Sunday night. You know, like that's like 600 kilometers. Do you know how? You know where I can get to was in 6 hours from
If it
Barcelona?
starts with a P and rhymes with Milanese, I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. Or f***ing Granada.
My favorite. I've never been to Granada, but Pyrenees for me and the kind of skater I am, that was my favorite.
It's the best.
place.
Yeah, and it's like 50 euros to fly to the Canary Islands. Like,
I'll give you some
I need to go
pins,
home and
Haz.
rethink my life.
do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This probably like, I don't live there right now, so it all sounds like, you know, I'm looking at it through rose-colored glasses, or you know, whatever you call these. It's thanks, mate. But it all sounds good now, and we'll see how it goes when I'm actually there. But I am moving into winter, so that's not going to be ideal. But the idea is just to like knuckle down and train and you know,
That's what I was
come out
going to say.
stronger.
I'm happy. I'm going to be happy with whatever you do. But as a dear friend, sorry, I'm losing my voice. As long as you have like and I know you would without even saying it, as long as you are planning to like go balls to the wall,
Oh, dude.
and go hard in terms of, you know, achieving things when you're there, then do it. And I know you are. So
The next 9
I
months.
haven't seen Harry half send yet. So he literally said we couldn't go back to this hill because he can't, like that Bell's line one I was talking about the other day. Such a fun rip. I want to go back there. Harry's like, I'm not allowed to go back there.
I can't. I'll kill myself.
It's dangerous.
I will. If I ever go and skate that run, like
But Harry, you don't have to skate it like a racetrack.
No,
there is
like-
no not skating it like a racetrack.
last time we
Harry,
went,
so-
like I got out the Strava app, and I was checking out this guy's time. I'm like, he's a cyclist.
what was his name again?
Oh, Gatto.
Yeah, Gato.
Gatto. Yeah, bloody hell.
Learn how to do stand-ups, lad.
Still your move, Gato.
Yeah, it is still your move, Gatto. If you're watching this, and I just got cracked out on like beating this guy's time, and bro, I don't know. I went, yeah, I beat him by a second, but I had to go to a place, hey,
yeah,
and it was
deep down.
It was scary. Like, and I don't actually think I could go any faster. So yeah, we will not be. I will
Like
not.
just me and Harry skating a hill and he's vomiting at the top before he drops in. I'm like, oh, oh no, here we go. Like it's happening.
What's your goal?
Oh, champ, 100%. Yeah, I'm coming for it, man. I'm coming for it. Like I've had a pretty difficult like last 2 years with like my shoulder injury and just like the way that my life's been set up in the last 2 years. I just don't think I've given myself the right opportunities to be the best that I can be.
Yep.
And I fully intend on giving myself those opportunities.
And location will help that. There's
Yeah,
only
look-
so much here in Australia.
Well, I mean, it's just like a change of scenery as well. Like it's just different hills. Like I think I'm really good at skating Australian hills, but you know, Europe's a completely different story. So just adding that little like the dynamic, you know, sort of aspect of the Barcelona hills, it's really going to maybe fill the holes in my game. And
Just juicing yourself full of cranky corners every
yeah, look,
week.
and look, if it was a race at Cranky Corners, it's curtains, like, but there never will be.
No one wants to do it.
Nobody, I can't even get people to go and skate Cranky Corners, let alone
It
race
is
it.
just too scary.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like putting myself in like my lifestyle in Barcelona will be very different to how it is in Sydney. And I think that's going to be beneficial for what I like to do, which is
100%,
racing.
bro.
So I can fully focus on
Yeah.
getting better.
I'm so keen to see all that unfold. I'm also, of course, very happy that Soul is has a plan in terms of her taking a break and enjoying life for a bit before
exactly.
knuckling down. Because I'm at the knuckling down stage and it's not very fun.
Yeah, look, I'm scared about that, eh?
Yeah, but that's life. You're supposed to be.
Yeah.
When you live this beautiful life of skating around the world and being around people who are doing exactly what they want to do every second of the day, that's why coming home for me was so hard. I'm like, come home, got a permanent job, which should be life-changing for me, and it is.
Yeah, congratulations anyway.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Respect. But deep down, I'm just like, I want to go Euro Tour next year. I want to go for
Every
3
year.
months and I can't.
How about a never-ending Euro tour?
That's what I'm
You have to
saying,
do it.
bro.
Like,
That's
why
I'm
not?
saying.
What date do you leave?
The 19th of November. Via Thailand.
And all
That's
your
pretty
things,
close, dude. That's like
Dude, it's 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
I leave in 3 weeks.
All your things at your home.
Gone. I'm like trying to sell my car. Like, this is like what I don't think a lot of people realize. It's like I don't have things. I've uprooted my life like 5 times in the last 5 years and started again from scratch. Like, I'm 100% down to this. Like, I put all my money, all my time, everything into this sport. Like, I'll never have more than $1,000 in my bank account, ever. And people are like, oh, how do you travel? Like, how do you do this every year? Like, I'm broke, bro, and I'm putting everything into this, and it's like
You're hungry, bro.
100%. And this is just like the next step for me, and I'm really, really, really keen.
I don't
really excited.
doubt you for a second, bro. And
But
I
dude,
feel like I'm gonna miss you, but you're gonna be exactly where you need to be to do what you want to do.
100%, man. And that's the thing. Like, I'm like, the reason why this is all happening is because Sol, my girlfriend, my partner, just got her Australian residency. Yeah, so like shout out to Jack Mann because he actually helped and came in clutch.
That made me happy that
came in clutch on that with helping us with like all the application process with that. But she's like, you know, as near as Australian as you can be without, you know, doing a shoey.
Yeah.
And and it just gives us that sort of like, you know, that cushion to like go and do something ballsy and can always come back and we will be back. So
100. I got 2 rooms downstairs for you to come back to, bro.
and that's the thing. Like I'll always be back, and I'll always be thankful for like everyone who helped me come and like move back here and feel like I'm Australian, and that's been awesome. But it's time for the greener pastures, mate.
Yeah, but that's the beautiful thing about skating is, you know, for me, like Dakota, I go around the world and see him.
Yeah.
For, you know, someone like Chase Hiller, who I'm not super tight with, but I've always have good times with him, and I always just see him in a different part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And like I got best friends I grew up with who have never left the country, and then I can say, oh, I've been to, you know, Czech Republic, I've been to NC, I've been to Tepe, I've been to Europe, I've been to Hawaii,
Argentina, bro.
I've been to Argentina.
Let's go
with these people, because that's what the downhill skateboarding. It's not even a community all the time. It's like the family. It's like, I know I'll see you somewhere in the world.
Exactly. Like I never say goodbye. I just say see you later.
Yeah, 100.
I just catch you, man. That's the thing. I'll see you somewhere.
Yeah.
Always. Like I know I'll always see people again,
Dude,
no matter what.
the saddest part of saying goodbye on a tour is the goodbyes at the end.
What was your hardest goodbye overseas?
Probably Isaac, just because
yeah.
I grew up in the same town as him and everything. Him and Plumber.
Yeah.
But other than that, just Elchie, even Timmy, who I'm going to see in a few months.
He lives
or
in the same
whatever. He
country
lives
as
in
you.
the
You
same
know, like-
country,
as
but
me.
just
It's like an hour flight, but it
Yeah.
still hurts.
Not being with Timmy every day is a weird feeling for that
Yeah.
first week or two. It's like,
really is.
but where's Tim?
Where's Timmy?
But what's the crossword like?
Bring me
What's
the
it going?
hash
Yeah.
biscuit.
What did you get?
What's been your hardest goodbye skating?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
as
been
a
a hot.
whole.
Yeah, I mean, different stages of like, I don't know, like at the end of Euro Tour was a whole different thing because obviously like the boys I travelled with, we would just like in an RV together.
Yeah.
Again, Timmy was there. What are you giggling?
Was it the Romanian man who had to give 150 euros to have you smoked his car?
The guy with the golf. I was like, man, hate to see you go, but I love to see you leave.
Yeah, what's your hardest goodbye?
Oh, honestly, right now it's Harry leaving the country. If I'm being completely
true.
honest, if I'm thinking right now, the hardest
Yeah.
goodbye is going to like again like For me, it takes an extra outside force to push my skating past a comfort zone.
Since forever, though.
And Rob Dog was
It's the
the
story
first,
of my life, bro.
Rob Dog was the first person to do that when I was younger, was to really push me past a comfort zone.
Yeah.
And lately, this year in particular, and because I have had such a turbulent year, rediscovering skating and what it means for me and what it does for me is huge. And the way Harry has been able to push me past my comfort, push me out of my comfort zone in a not a comfortable way.
Yeah.
Like I scared the shit out of myself, but I started because I'm not meant to swear. But like that's why, like, that outside of the comfort zone is why I skateboard. It's why I started skating. You don't skate to stay in your comfort zone. You skate because that outside, it's like, you know,
True.
skate to get out of it. And rediscovering that this year in terms of pushing myself down certain hills. And even when I was up with Luke in Bellingen and rocking up to a hill like Dorrigo with no crew at all, it's just me in free balling in basketball shorts and a t-shirt, and I've got my board in the back, and I'm like, I'm only going to get one opportunity to skate this hill, and, you know, I don't know when the next one's going to be, so I may as well do it. And it's really scary to get out and do it. But then the feeling at the bottom, man, is like, yeah,
So good.
it's what you live for.
It's so good.
Honestly,
100. What's been your hardest goodbye? We've had these two.
Oh,
Because you've done a lot of traveling.
I just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
That's like I said, I don't say goodbye
Mm.
because like I'm one of those people who have been very fortunate to just like,
Yeah, what's been your hardest see you next time is what we should
yeah,
be
that's
saying.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'll never say goodbye because I'm always coming back.
Yeah.
Like I've never left anywhere being like, I'm never coming here again, or I'm never gonna see you again. I literally do not say goodbye ever. I just like, it was nice seeing you. I'll see you next time. I'll see you around. Like I don't say goodbye because I'll always come back.
Mine has always been the boys in Hawaii, like Dakota,
Yeah, for sure.
especially now Dakota, Tori, and like their little boy. It's hard to say goodbye to them. And Kawhi out in Hawaii is always hard to say goodbye. But Europe being my longest trip of 3 months and being so recent, it was just like you said, Timmy and like the boys that we spent, like you and I spent every day with these boys. But saying goodbye to Plumber was like tough.
That shit
Like-
made me almost cry.
Yeah. Saying goodbye to Pedro Booman and
Yo.
Hong Kong Tom when we're at K&K, it was just like, dude. And the American boys, bruh. I'm obviously, it's like,
Dude, I miss
What a
Boston
combination.
and Benny D.
Boston
and all
Ben
those
and-
boys.
What a combination. Like,
Even
Yeah.
Anna.
it's still so fresh because we were just on Euro Tour, but yeah, I'd have to go hardest see you next time's Dakota, Tori, and Ember now and Kawhi. But yeah, Europe was tricky, bruh.
bro,
Even saying goodbye to you at the airport that day, I walked off damn near in tears. I'm like, spent every day for 2 months straight with Milo, Mitty, Timmy. Had to go back to Buddy, which made me even more upset.
Shout out, buddy.
Shout out to Buddy
Shout out,
for real.
buddy, dude.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well. It doesn't matter if Milo does live, 30 minutes up the coast. It's the spending every day with your mates, like living on the road with them.
Yeah, but you
as
know,
well,
some people you can't spend every day with.
No.
oh yeah,
And,
You
100%.
find that out pretty quick.
Yeah,
100%.
and there were some moments like that on tour, but Milo was no problems, bro.
I wouldn't spend that time with myself, dude.
Bro, this Euro tour was so crazy because, like, I mean, for me, like I mentioned nonstop in this podcast that like I get around, but this tour was wild because I had you guys, the American homies, and Pedro Booman, and all of you messaging me prior to the tour, being like, "What you doing? Where you going? Like, who do we go with? Who do we travel with? Like, what events are you going to be at? Like, which rental cars are we going to get? Like, how do we meet? How do we do everything?" And I just and I've all met you in separate parts of my lives. And then I just see you all like Pedro, bro. I met Pedro.
Have you? I never knew that you knew Pedro.
I knew, but like,
I saw it.
the reason Pedro came to Europe and hung out with us because I was telling him where to come, where to do, how to
Wow,
get the
did you
hire
know-
car.
I didn't know this.
I sort of knew this because I saw Harry in Brazil after to
Yeah, dude.
Switzerland
Oh wait,
or
but
whatever.
you met him at Tuchoni, like you went
No,
to Floripa.
I went to Floripa afterwards, yeah, and I met him, and then he'd been messaging me for months ever since, like trying to set it up. So I told him where he was
I
at.
love
Shout
him.
out.
Yeah, I love
Pedro.
him. The best, Pedro, and he didn't even bring his homie
Dude.
Leon.
Dude,
Pedro's got a twin. His named Leon. Best dude. Shout out
Oh,
Leon if
yeah.
you're watching this. He's got to bring him as well. Obviously, had Lucas briefly this year.
Yeah.
He
And
was a
listen,
homie as well.
that food that Pedro cooked
Dude,
up,
Chef Pedro.
best food I've
undefeated.
eaten in a long
Undefeated.
Bro, it pisses me off. that he can't just come cook me a feed, bro, at my
time.
house.
Give me more.
He works. His family, I believe, runs a Cronin restaurant.
Cronin restaurant in Floripa. Yeah, they do seafood.
And that's the thing. Like, we're gonna do another podcast talking about hills, but there's things that when you meet people in downhill skating, it's like I want to take hundreds and hundreds more runs with Pedro, but I want to go to his family's restaurant.
Oh,
bro,
dude,
and
you
eat their
got
food,
to.
You know,
You
what
got
I
to go
mean?
skate Colinas. You got to go skate all those runs with Bernardo and Evandro. I mean, that place, it's an island, right?
Yeah.
It's an island off Brazil. They built a massive highway. You can join the two. We went out there with Chase and Josh and all those boys after Tony last year. Had a bit of like a vacation on the end of a trip.
Yeah.
Bit of a sprinkle on the top. Wow, what a place! Like I could see myself spending a lot of time there. It was really good.
Another crazy thing, man, and I think about it all the time, but it's hitting hard now. Is that I want to go to Brazil, man. You know,
Come to
it's-
Brazil.
Yeah, South America, come to Brazil,
Come to
da, da,
Brazil.
da, da, da. But now I have I always wanted to go to Brazil for skating, obviously. But now I've got like a tenfold reason to go because Pedro Booman's there.
Exactly.
And you meet someone from Argentina and that's like why you want to go back there.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out
gotta go-
Esperanza. Dude. Meeting people.
Yeah, it's the best. It's one of the best parts of our sport, man. Like,
Yeah.
if you even want to call it a sport, we're just some lucky guys to have a thing, like Booby said.
Dude, we're at 1 hour 10. This has been a good one, particularly in the second half, getting down, pulling the heartstrings. But
Yeah, I thought you were gonna cry for a second.
yeah,
Yeah, I nearly did.
yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Milo,
Yes.
thanks for jumping on.
Thank you.
Love the pink shirt.
So good. So jealous.
Shout out Euro Tour.
So jealous.
It's disgusting.
It hurts.
I would never wish it upon my worst enemy.
It's just a shirt that says Euro Tour
Rusty's got it the same.
2023.
Jack's got it the same.
Jaden's
Jaden's
is
got
not
it
the
the
same
same.
because his is filthy.
Mine too, dude.
Yeah.
It's black around the neck.
Smell it.
Lachie, shout out for jumping on again. Plenty more to come. And
No
this, we're going to do another one later or tomorrow or something, but thanks always for hopping on, Haz.
Yes, sir.
Means a lot.
And now I can drive here. How good! I don't have to get on the poverty wagon for 3 hours.
Yeah, I
It's
can
insane.
drive here for
yeah.
3
Great.
more weeks.
Yeah, it's so
All
good.
three of us, dude.
We can.
Any final shout outs? Shout out to Plumber for sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah, shout out Jack Plummer.
Shout out Aiden.
Shout out 4 Pines.
Shout out
4
Jack for
pints.
giving me a room in his house.
Shout out
True.
my dog Bing and his girlfriend, who's Lockie's dog Luna.
Shout out
Yeah.
Sue.
Shout out
Yeah.
Rusty for filming. So
Hey.
that
Dude, yeah, this
Shout
is gonna
out
look
the
sick, actually.
electricity not working. I feel like I'm back in South Africa at this point.
Oh yeah,
It's just cooked.
explain. Wait, the lights.
No, so
What is it?
you guys were out. You guys were out, right? And I pull up to the driveway because you guys said you're going to be home soon. So I pull up to the driveway, and then I see a car pull up behind me, and I'm thinking it's the boys. And then some bloke in AK comes out, and I'm just like, what is this? And it's Luke. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And we're just like, oh, well, I guess they're not here. Like, should we see if the house is open?
Yeah. And you got a key.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we get the key from the secret hiding spot.
Yep.
And we come in and we're trying to turn on all the lights, and we're like, bro, are we thick? Like, we can't turn any of the lights. And we go downstairs, we're at the switch box, flipping around in the switch box. And we're like, mate, the power's out. And we're thinking like, mate, there must be like a key card, like a hotel or something like going on, like some weird it's going on. And then all the boys come back and they're like, oh, yeah, this is not normal.
Yeah.
And the power's out in the whole house. And we're running around like headless chickens trying to like unplug everything because we think there's a surge going on. Callum reckons he's an electrician.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Still passed out on the floor.
yeah, we're trying to
Power
diagnose.
works, lights just didn't work. for
Yeah,
some
so
reason.
all the
But
lights
the
on
downstairs ones did.
Mm.
It was it was a weird conundrum.
Yeah, it's cracked.
yeah.
Anyway, dudes, thank you so much for jumping on. I love doing these. I say it all the time. I wish I could do more. If you're watching, thank you so much. Everyone in Europe who had nice things to say, it means the world. If you have any topics, ideas, anything you want us to talk about, just contact us in some way. Yell as loud as you can. Try hear it. But everyone that
Dig a hole.
watches, thank you. Everyone who buys a shirt. I had some crazy overseas orders this week. Salt Lake City, Utah, Flexington, South Carolina.
What a
UK.
name for a place, bro.
Flex, I thought you were,
Flexington. No, it's a real place. It's a real
I
place.
thought you were making like a pun on Jack flexing the
No,
sales
no.
he got this
No,
week
not
overseas,
Flexington
but literally
staunchly. That's a real place.
Flexington.
Yeah.
Shout out everyone who supports Get That. Thanks for watching the Get That Skate podcast. I'm Jack Main. Has Lachie, Milo. See you next time.
Dude,
Outro music.
So bad.
That second half definitely made up, I think.
I need to pee before I crouch down. I need to pee.
Well done, boys. That was class. Thank you. That was awesome.
Oh, good job,
I
boys.
feel like I'm sitting there half mung-eyed.
You
Nah,
actually
that's
spoke
a
that
good one.
time.
I need to pee before I go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna get a pillow.
You're going to pee at the bathroom. Thanks, Rusty.
Thanks, Rusty.